Market update on the 1st. So everything went exactly as expected from Thursday's video. We hit our target on QQQ. We came close on SPY, but I think that SPY can go to 411 on Monday potentially and then pull back. For the possibilities from here on SPY, we're looking at this as either a leading diagonal, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 higher. If this is a leading diagonal, this would have to be the X wave, because this is a diagonal right here. You can't have a third wave that starts as a diagonal, so this has got to be an X wave. For that reason, if we go to 411, you take 418, 411, that's 7 points. 7 lower than 381 is about 374. I'd be looking for A, B, C down here, and then go higher. So that's what I see on that. It's either the same thing pretty much. It's either going to be W, X, Y, or a beginning diagonal, in which the beginning diagonal would mean that it could either be ABC or it could be a 5-wave move that would probably take us back up here to all-time highs. And that would mean that the bear market is over with. QQQ. So QQQ, same thing. Is it this? And previously in the video I had this as a third wave, or WXY here, because it did hit the 1.61 fib. This is another way of looking at it. I think that this actually makes a lot of sense. And if this is the case, you can see that we actually hit a target that would be very reasonable, right at the 0.61 fib, right into supply. But if this happened, we'd be looking for a pullback all the way to 287 if it's a 5-wave move. If it's ABC, then we're probably looking for something around the 0.38 fib. 0.38 fib is right in this demand zone at 295. So basically, we're looking at it like this, or we're looking at it like something like that. I think that it's probably going to come down here to 295, and based on SPY, that makes a lot of sense. That would be about a 10% sell-off, maybe a little bit more. 287 would be what would that be? That would be about 10% exactly. So 287 makes a lot of sense. 295 at least. SPY, we're looking for about, yeah, a little bit less than 10%. So I'm looking for a 10% sell-off in April. So we'll see if we get it. Microsoft is about finished as well. Hit 288. If we zoom in here on lower time frames, then you'll see that we got WX 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5th wave right here. 291 was my target. We're very close. We're in a supply zone. This lines up with SPY and QQQ topping out. Meta, 5-wave move. Looks like it's about finished. I'm looking for maybe a little bit higher, maybe like 216 before a pullback. Pullback to, I'm thinking a little bit more of a deep pullback to at least 184. That would be a 15% pullback. So maybe a 15% pullback on Meta going forward. And then I get the overall target at 275. So I think this is only wave 1. So like that. And that would end up being the Y wave. So overall, That's what I'm looking for. So that's Meta. Amazon, not 100% sure on this one. This one's kind of weird. But my overall target is 121. If it was ABC, I would want to see it get to here, pull back, and go like that. So maybe it'll end up being a 5-wave move as well, in which it would be 1, something like that. And then again, that would end up being the overall B wave. So we'd have, and then go down lower. Okay, NVIDIA, it's really hard to guess on this one. 1, 2, came outside the parallel line, probably a 3rd wave. Slight pullback for a 4th wave, or maybe I have this labeled wrong. Maybe this is a 3rd wave right here. 2nd wave right here. 1, 2. Yeah, 3rd wave here, 4. Maybe a little bit more upside in this. I could see it testing 300 potentially. So 290 to 300 is very realistic. We'll see how it goes, but that is based on fibs, that'd be right around my target. Apple, I think this is going to end up being an ABC move. The reason I say that is this looks like a 5-wave move right here. I think it could pull back to 155 and then go higher. Yeah, I mean, the reason I say that is my overall target is 177, but it's already here at 165. The 1.61 fib is at 178. So it wouldn't make sense for it to be a 5-wave move. It would have to be ABC. And so, yeah, I think it might pull back, but I think it might be less of a pullback than other tech stocks maybe. If we zoom in here and just look at these, 156 is my target, but I don't see any good demand zones there. So we'll have to watch it. Maybe it will come all the way back down here to 147. That'd be a pretty big correction though. And yeah, this is pretty much what I expect. Tesla, same thing as Meta. I think this could be a first wave right here in which we pull back to somewhere around like 185 and then go higher. Overall target is up at like 265, I think, 267. And that is right into a supply zone. So I think we're looking at this as something like that. So if I'm wrong, then I would expect it to come down here and hit this gap down here if it ends up being a B wave. So this could be like a diagonal or a B wave. If it's a B wave, we're looking at it probably as something like this. So 2 different possibilities, but I mean, let's see how much 185. That's about a 10% sell-off. So that's pretty much exactly what I'm looking for on QQQ. And so I think this probably makes the most sense. The dollar is looking like it's probably in a 4th wave still. If we zoom in here on the 2-hour time frame, that's kind of what I'm looking for. But it is possible that this is still ABC and we make the move higher up to probably some back up here around 107. So either way is still possible. It really hasn't moved for me to make any interpretations on it yet. Bitcoin. Bitcoin's just in the same area. I'm still looking for 31.4. Nothing really to say about this one still. Put out a video like a few weeks ago that really captures everything that's happened in the last couple of weeks. VIX If we're going to melt up much higher, it's probably going to come down here and hit this long-term trend at 17, but maybe it will come down here and test this area around here in the low teens before we see an explosion, probably later in the summer. So that's pretty much it. Basically, what I'm expecting is a little bit higher on Monday, potentially, and then a sell-off into mid-April, maybe into late April, OPEX. And I think that QQQ can hit a minimum of 296, which would be, let's see, 8% sell-off. But again, if all the tech stocks are going to sell off 10%, 10% is obviously going to be 32 points, which is going to take us all the way down to like 287. That's the 0.5 fib. So don't be surprised if we see 287 and then go higher. SPY, again, same thing, 411 times 10%, 41. That would take us to 370. I think we'll be a little bit short of that, maybe 375. So, in my opinion, we're going to go down from here. If we melt up on Monday and Tuesday and it keeps on going higher, then I'll have to readjust. But that's my expectations of April. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe for more updates. Videos usually every day after the market closes. And we'll see what happens. Projections on Thursday worked out perfectly. Let's see if we get a 10% sell-off in April. All right. Have a good weekend.